Imagine this. You're swimming in a deep ocean of bills, loan statements, and credit card balances. Sounds familiar? Welcome to the world of debt, a place where many of us, unfortunately, find ourselves. It's a topic that holds immense significance in the realm of personal finance, and managing it effectively is crucial for maintaining our financial health. But don't worry, there's a lifeboat in sight. Today, we're diving deep into the topic of managing debt effectively. First things first, let's understand what exactly we're dealing with. What is debt? At its core, debt is money you owe to someone else, typically a bank or lender. Now, this debt can come in many shapes and sizes. There's credit card debt, where you borrow money to buy goods or services, but if you don't pay off your balance in full each month, interest accrues. Then we have student loans, which are funds borrowed to cover education costs. And of course, there are mortgages, long-term loans used to purchase property. But here's the thing. Not all debt is inherently bad. It's like fire, useful if controlled, disastrous if not. If you're strategic, debt can be a tool for achieving financial goals. Need funds to start a business? A loan might be your answer. Want to own a house? A mortgage can help you get there. The key is managing your debt effectively. If you let it spiral out of control, it can quickly become a financial nightmare. But if you're mindful, you can use debt to your advantage. Remember, debt isn't always the villain. It's how you manage it that matters. Now that we've befriended our enemy, it's time to assess the situation. Unmasking the true nature of our debts can feel a bit like opening a can of worms, yet it's an essential step towards financial freedom. Picture your debt as a puzzle. To solve it, you need to look at each piece individually, understanding its shape, size, and where it fits in the overall picture. Start by making a comprehensive list of all your debts. This should include everything from credit card balances, student loans, mortgages, car loans, personal loans, and any other form of debt you might have. For each debt, jot down the balance or the amount you owe. Write down the interest rate, which can be found on your loan agreement or your lender's website. This is crucial as it determines how fast your debt grows over time. Also, note the minimum payments for each debt. These are the smallest amounts you're required to pay to avoid penalties. Now, look at your list. It may be daunting, but this is your roadmap to financial stability. It provides a clear picture of what you're up against. Understanding the full extent of your debt is like turning on the lights in a dark room. It might be uncomfortable at first, but it's only when we see clearly that we can navigate our way out. Knowledge is power. The more you know about your debt, the better you'll be at battling it. So gather your financial documents and let's get started. Armed with knowledge, it's time to devise a battle plan. You see, there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to debt repayment. The strategy that works best for you will largely depend on your personal circumstances, your financial goals, and let's not forget, your temperament. Now, you may have heard of the snowball and avalanche methods. The snowball method involves paying off your smallest debts first, building momentum as each balance is cleared. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill. It gets bigger and faster as it goes. On the other hand, the avalanche method suggests tackling the highest interest debts first, which could save you the most money over time. It's like an avalanche. Once it gets going, it's unstoppable. But how do you know how much to pay each month to be debt-free within a specific time frame? Well, there's a simple formula for that. You'll need to know your total debt, the interest rate, and your target payoff date. From these, you can calculate the monthly payment needed. There are several online calculators that can help you with this. But remember, the best plan is the one you can stick to. If you're the type who needs quick wins to stay motivated, the snowball method might be for you. But if you're more numbers focused and want to minimize interest, the avalanche method could be a better fit. Choose your strategy wisely, and remember, consistency is key. Next up, let's talk about your financial arsenal, your budget. It's crucial to understand that budgeting is not about depriving yourself of the joys of life. Rather, it's a financial blueprint that allows you to take control of your money and carve a path to financial freedom. A well-crafted budget can act as a spotlight, illuminating areas where you're spending more than necessary. The idea is to reroute these funds and channel them toward debt repayment. Now, how do you create an effective budget? Start by recording your income and expenses. Divide your expenses into two categories, needs and wants. Your needs are the bare essentials for survival, like rent, groceries, and utilities, while wants include discretionary items such as dining out, entertainment, or that designer pair of shoes. Once you've categorized your spending, it's time to scrutinize. Look for areas where you can cut back. Maybe it's that daily latte, or perhaps you're subscribed to multiple streaming services when you really only use one. Remember, these are not lifelong sacrifices, but temporary measures to help you gain control over your debt. Finally, it's important to revisit and adjust your budget regularly. As your income, expenses, and financial goals change, so too should your budget. It's a living, breathing document that should evolve with you. Remember, every penny saved is a penny you can use to fight off your debt. Sometimes it's okay to ask for help, especially when it comes to managing debt. You might think it's a one-sided conversation, but in reality, creditors are often open to negotiation. They'd rather receive some money back rather than none at all. So don't hesitate to discuss lower interest rates or more favorable terms. You'd be surprised how far a simple conversation can take you. Another option to consider is debt consolidation. By merging multiple debts into one, you can potentially secure a lower overall interest rate and simplify your repayments. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, but it's certainly worth exploring. But remember, if your debt situation feels too overwhelming to handle alone, it's crucial to seek professional assistance. Financial advisors, credit counselors, debt management companies, these are just a few of the resources that can provide valuable guidance. Don't be afraid to reach out. There are plenty of resources available to help you manage your debt. Well, that's a wrap on our debt management guide. We've explored understanding debt, assessing where you stand, creating a repayment plan, budgeting, and even negotiating. The power to manage your debt effectively is truly in your hands. It's time to take action. Create a debt repayment plan that suits your financial situation. Remember, debt is just a number. With the right plan and persistence, you can conquer it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial wisdom.